Good afternoon. Mike Logan, AskMikeTheCounselor2.com. Cold, chilly, cloudy Monday afternoon in Rockford, Illinois. And I want to talk a little bit about the keywords relationships skills. In my work with domestic violence perpetrators, I meet a lot of folks, both male and female, mostly male, who are not real good at relationships. Their primary tool is power and control, and they may get power and control in the short term. However, they don't get any satisfying intimacy. So the primary relationship skill that I teach, first and foremost, is how to listen. Okay, very few of my guys have had any sense that listening is a key piece in the human experience. When somebody speaks, when they speak, for example, somebody has to listen for there to be a communication, and that can be a reciprocal kind of thing. Oftentimes people who are speaking very loudly or yelling are simply saying, I have a message that I want you to hear. Whether you agree with it or not is immaterial. Please listen to it. So listening is a very important part of the relationship skills, and then I teach communication which offers choice rather than power and control, which is my way or the highway. An example is the one I use with my 4-year-old daughter. When it's bedtime, would you like to go to bed now or in a half an hour? Routinely, she says in a half an hour, but we always move the startup time for that choice up a half an hour, so we get her to bed when we've decided. Those of you who are parents are familiar with that particular tactic. But it's an offering of choice. It gives the child a sense that they have some say in what's going on in their life. When I'm communicating in relationships, I like to offer choice. I usually have a preference. But if I offer choice and the individual I'm offering choice to chooses the non-preferred option, I've got an opportunity, and I've trained myself to see that as an opportunity. So I win either way. And I win when I speak to people in measured tones. It takes some time to offer creative and effective choices that work for both of us. I've got to stop and think. So communication, relationship skills, very important that I be able to listen and do reflective listening. Here's what I heard you say. Did I get that right? And I need to communicate in intimate or good friendships or connections of any kind that are important to me in ways that offer choice. Okay, and then there's the piece around emotional intelligence. There's lots of work out there now based on Daniel Goleman's work, and actually I don't think he was the first to speak about emotional intelligence, but his book, and I think it was 1995, Emotional Intelligence, really brought a lot of publicity to the concept of emotional intelligence. And the most important part of emotional intelligence from my perspective is Paul Ekman's work on recognizing facial expressions. We humans have the capacity to respond physiologically, hormonally is what that means, about 2.5 times faster than I can blink my eyes. And it takes 1/10 of a second to blink my eyes. So this is a 25th of a second that I need to respond physiologically to, for an example, an expression of contempt or a smile. Either way, I change inside. With my domestic violence guys, I teach them that they have very little time to manage the physiology and create words that check out what is going on with the other individual. And one of the examples I use is for my guys is walking into a crowded party or a saloon or someplace and catching the eye of an attractive member of the other gender, and why is it that they have a certain physiological response instantaneously when she indicates in some way, shape, or form that she sees them. And if she were to then switch to an expression of contempt, that feeling of elation becomes shame or embarrassment, probably. Just as fast. No words spoken, just facial expressions. So relationship skills, recognizing how I respond to very subtle changes in people's faces, nonverbal communication, but primarily facial expressions based on the work of Paul Ekman, and listening and communication, which offers choice. Key relationship skills. Thanks so much. Mike Logan, AskMikeTheCounselor2.com, Rockford, Illinois. Bye-bye.